No.
Great cult opening. Thank you.
Hamon.
Gay.
The cries of despair. That was our cold opening.
Yeah, it was. Kyle's
Punches frog.
punches frog. So yeah, I think this is gonna be nearing episode 40 now. Probably like 38 or 39 or 40 or something. I think. Because Korner Key 4. You know who we are. You know who we play. That's why you're here or not here. Who knows?
Maybe you hate us. You've been waiting to tell us until now. Until we reach
if you
episode
do,
40.
If you do hate us, then feel free to let us know in the comments.
Leave a like in the comments.
Yeah, and subscribe.
Leave a
You be the
like
first
in the
person to
comments.
harass us on our future videos. You know, last time on
Your mother.
Samurai Zikai, our group of adventurers
We're
did their
guns for
job.
hire. Don't candy coat this shit.
Yeah, you guys were the victims of a heinous crime. Okay, that's what we're telling the courts. Heinous crime was committed, and you guys decided that you needed justice served. Decided to serve said justice yourselves by murdering a dozen people in an abandoned warehouse in the bad side of Denver, Colorado.
We were observing our rights. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, bro. Second Amendment still exists in this far future, alright? Stand your ground laws and all that. And by that I mean they stood their ground, so you killed them.
Wares were stolen, and we procured them.
Yes, it was.
I don't see the problem.
It was a just and measured response to being victimized by these horrible criminals.
These horrible people who victimized us and took away our rights as free Americans.
Yeah, bro.
As drug dealers.
As drug dealers.
Well, now as drug. Now you're all drug dealers instead of just Xavier.
I mean, potato, tomato.
I
So yeah,
swear
the group found the warehouse where the thieves had gone, having stolen the Full Fuel Racing Team's barrel of Steer designer drug combat stimulant. So the party dispatched the group of bandits, the Golden Thorns gang, and you guys found the Steer because it was literally out in the open and was not being hidden. You guys regulated in, and now you guys are, if I remember correctly, you're all hanging around in the main room of the warehouse, figuring out what to do because you have an unconscious guy in your car out back.
Well, first things first, I'm gonna take one of their jackets.
Sure.
I want one of those jackets. It's just a nice memento.
Hey, how did we kill the boss again? We didn't damage any of the exosuit, right? We just straight up shot Flash.
Well, I shot him in the face. So.
Well, yes, but I'm asking if like we can salvage anything, you know, actually be scrappers and disassemble his body.
I mean, the exosuit is destroyed because you guys filled it full of lead. Well, it's Xavier filled it full of lead.
No.
Xavier did. You shot him in the back
shot
of the
him
head,
once.
but Xavier finished him off. So the exosuit is destroyed, well, at least damaged. You could probably take it apart, I guess, if you really wanted to, and like salvage the pieces that are still functioning.
Can I use it for parts?
I mean, you could, I guess. I don't know what you would find, like what you could possibly
Robo-dog.
use it. Yeah, that's entirely different body shape. The parts wouldn't fit.
Hey, you know what? Knee joints are knee joints.
That is not how that works.
Man, you're gonna give that to Donna. He's gonna be like, "Why does my RoboDog have strangely human-looking legs?"
Yeah, why were thighs so well defined?
I'm talking about like the things that move the joints, like the servos and whatnot. Like just individual parts, like not like the entire leg. Like no, just the things that drive torque.
Sure, buddy.
Sick nasty.
Yeah, I was thinking of just selling it for more money.
A fair
A
point.
damaged
What? No.
industrial exosuit?
What?
A
No, not.
damaged exosuit that's attached to a body? Yeah, great idea.
No, we're gonna scrap it. Ever heard
And
of
how
scrap
do you propose to
yards?
scrap it?
Easy. We grow some balls and scrape out its bloody insides. Sure, it was attached to a man, but nothing a knife can't fix.
Sure, buddy.
All right, listen.
All right. While these three buffoons are handling the exosuit dilemma, I'm gonna start moving the speed into the car.
You do that.
The speed? You guys are dealing meth now? I didn't know that.
Yep. Odd question though about that unconscious
Look at
guy.
the steer.
What do we want to do about him before anything? Actually, do we want to like actually just
Do we want
kill
to
him
take
in
him
his
to
sleep
Xanthorpe?
and do what?
Give him over to Xanthorpe to see why he took the drugs. Let Xanthorpe torture
I
him.
mean, we kind of
We
already
know,
know.
Xanthorpe's under a lot of stress, man.
but we know why he took the drugs.
Okay, but do we want to let Xanthorpe torture him?
But
Is
you
the
guys
question.
don't know why they took the drugs.
Yes, we what?
No, we don't.
Did we not find
Well,
out
we
that?
kind of know.
You
We
kind
know
of
that-
thought
We
it.
know they were selling it to someone. We don't know who.
Yeah.
Well, we vaguely know where they are. Actually, no, wait, we do know who. It's one of the Native American groups. We just don't have a name for them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sure, we could probably keep this guy alive. I doubt he's gonna know much more, but yeah.
Backdoor Jerry.
Yes.
So we're gonna let Xanthorpe torture this guy?
Sure.
Sick nasty. Alright, yeah.
Why not?
Time to start moving the steer.
Okay. That's easily done.
I turn to bonus. I'm like, hey, you wanna help me gut an exosuit?
He looks at you with his mask, and he just kind of is like, "What? No."
Okay.
And then he probably
Alright,
walks away.
Can I start gutting this exosuit guy? Actually, in my eyes, you know, with how many cybernetics I've had installed in my body, what does look salvageable for a scrapyard? Or is this straight up just throw it to a scrapyard, we get X amount of money?
I mean, all of the torso bits are destroyed. The connection point where you actually, like, your brain would interface with the mechanics is destroyed because of the 308 round that went through it. Probably the brain chip, if we had one to help connect it as well, probably would be destroyed because his head is missing. The arms and legs, I guess, would have worked. Yeah, they would be relatively untouched. I mean, it wasn't a very well-maintained exosuit. But, and you figure that if he was still alive, you probably could have gotten him to release the mechanism, and he could have, like, you know, mugged him with his exosuit. But he's dead, so it's no longer an option. You know, so you have to basically, like, pry it out of his skin, out of his, like, bones and stuff like that, to get it off of him.
We might as well just leave it.
It would take a couple of hours to remove it from his body.
Exactly. We might
I
as well
don't
just leave
feel
it.
like doing that. All right, better question. Do we want to like set this place ablaze?
That's up to you.
I'm asking the party, like, if we're gonna do anything about these dead bodies here, or just let them rot.
I'm impartial.
We would say that he plans on, like, I'm pretty sure he mentioned it before, he's going to send a group of guys here to clean up the mess and cover up the evidence of a gang war that happened.
How about we bring Xanthorpe into this and ask him?
He just said that.
That was going to pay people to come in here and clean up the mess.
Well, alright then.
That's
It's
why
settled.
your guys' cut is so low, because he has to cover up his crime.
I mean, we could do it and save them the cost.
Yeah, but you won't do it as well as professional body cleaners would.
I mean, shit.
Without destroying the
down
building.
The entire place.
Unless it's what he doesn't want to do, because that calls attention to the fact that that building burned down.
I mean, alright, fine.
Yeah, if you guys were to like bring the center up into it, he's like, okay, you know, just put the barrels in your vehicle or whatever, or leave them outside, and I'll have some guys come by and pick them up, and then bring them back to the garages, and then he's like, I will get into contact with my guys, and they will come by and take it, and then I should have money, the money, probably by the time we get to Salt Lake City, which is the next city you guys will be staying in after the current leg of the race.
Utah.
Yeah. You guys don't know much about Salt Lake City, except that it is owned by the Spherical Church. So that's fun.
And that it is in Utah.
Yeah, it's also in what used to be Utah.
What used to be? Wait.
Yeah, there's no government anymore. There's no states. There's just cities. Literally called city-states. And the Spherical Church owns Salt Lake City because, you know, the Mormons used to live there, and the church is based off of Mormonism.
Glad we're not in Ohio.
Yep.
Or what used to be.
So yeah, this was like, you know, you guys can just come on back to the building, to the Six Cylinders compound, and when, you know, bring the steer and stuff, and then get ready for the gala, and then he will handle the drugs and stuff while the party's going on, basically.
Alright, yeah. Alright, I'm ready.
Okay, you all load the drugs onto the thing, and you all leave, head back to the Six Cylinders, drop the drugs off. Frank and some of the pit crew wheel one of the barrels into the actual full fuel garage to replace the shipment that they lost. And then they find that one of the barrels of the two that are extra is empty. And they're like,
huh, sick.
Great.
So that's why it was so light.
Yeah, since it's like, oh, well, I mean, we'll still make a bunch of money off of it, but evidently not quite as much. And he's like, so I'll see what I can do. And he's like, you know, good job, everybody. I think that this payout will be more than worth the effort you guys went to get this stuff. And then he's like, you know, so please head back to the hotel rooms, reconvene with your companions. They've not been doing very much. I've kept them in the compound so they don't, you know, wander off and get shot or something. Yeah, head back there, get ready for the party, and I will see you all at the next gala that's happening tonight.
All right.
So, is there anything you guys wish to do? Anybody you want to talk to? Anything you want to buy or look at or anything between now and the gala?
Finish the construction on that robot animal.
Okay, you can keep working on that.
I ain't got anything.
All right. In that case, you all, you know, mill about, have some lunch, get ready. Then you all meet with your assigned individuals at the Six Cylinders to head off to the gala. Oh yeah, you also hand over the unconscious guy to Xanthorpe, and he takes him. And he's
Yes.
like, oh yeah. Thanks for bringing this guy over. And he, like, you know, snaps his fingers, and his bald bodyguard kind of just like picks the dude up by the back of his neck and just drags him along the ground into like a you know, the same panel van that he used to take those teenage gangsters away many months ago.
And the possibly imposterous.
Oh yeah, and the
employees,
the traitors,
the interns,
the spy interns. So he brings him into the van, and then he drives off. It's like, you know, by tomorrow morning we should know who was behind that, and, you know, if they're going to be a problem or not. So You know, I trust my companion over there. He's very good at that kind of thing, you know.
Sick nasty.
And then you all head off to the gala. And then Zither would also say that Cairo, your car that you wanted instead of the cash will be in Ryanstown by the time that the MDRR is finished.
Hey.
So it'll be waiting for you alongside the mech and everything else. You guys have
Nice.
Nice. So yeah.
And then I get the extra 4,000, right?
Yeah, that'll get there when you guys get to Salt Lake City. Barry is not going to be attending this gala either because he is still undergoing detox. He's kind of like sat in his room, hooked up to a bunch of IVs and stuff like that, getting blood transfusions and recovering from the huge number of surgeries he's gotten in the past 24 hours.
Please tell me he's at least inoculated.
Yes, he is. They're taking care of him. They've also done Barry the service of, that night treatment that he got, erased all of his addictions, so he's no longer physically addicted to anything. He's still mentally addicted to stuff, but he's not physically addicted to anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, oh, what do you know?
He's now only addicted to the action.
Yes. So physically, he won't die of withdrawal or something like that halfway through the rest of the race, which is Zenthor's point. He doesn't care if he does more drugs so long as he doesn't die halfway. So Barry is still handling that. So Boyd will be free to mingle about and do whatever he wants through the party, I guess.
Nice.
And then, you guys make it to these cylinders, climb the elevator, head back into this, the main convention floor. People are milling about. You guys brush shoulders with the same people you have previously. The main differences that I'm going to kind of go over, kind of summarize here, because we've got a lot to do this session, is that notably, I think some of you remember, I think Oid and Kyra remember, that at Tenacity Tower, at that party you guys went to, how there was the cornucopia of pleasure stimulants and stuff that was on the centerpieces for the tables.
Right.
Well, those are now the new centerpieces for the MDRR gala tables as well. So they have these little baskets full of inhalers and pill bottles and needles and stuff like that. People aren't generally using them, although Flavius is encouraging them to do so, but most people are executives and stuff, and they have things to do in the morning. So generally people are participating.
And they buy the classy drugs. They don't buy this peasant shit.
Yeah, they buy from Oid.
Exactly. Oid is a trusted dealer.
Yeah, they're their finest cocaine from Don Levine Demo Jr., and Sum Ting Wong. So there's that difference. Probably the only other thing that really happens is that Flavius would introduce himself to Faith personally and be like, an acquaintance of mine came up to me last time and got an autograph on your behalf, and I know that you've gone to my parties before and everything, and he just has a conversation with Faith. So Nox, you get a nice close-up of what Flavius looks like, that being unnaturally handsome. And I think he probably would show up to this party not in the solid gold sequin suit that he did the last one. This time probably would show up dressed in a chrome geometric mirrored suit that is kind of blinding to look at even more than the previous suit was. And you guys wonder where he gets these suits from because they're wacky and weird, and
different one every day.
Dapper probably.
I mean, we all know he's in the business.
Well, Dapper's in the suit business, but Dapper isn't in the helping out cultists business. Dapper
You don't know
is
that.
the
I mean,
cultist.
Dapper's in the corporate
so I could
espionage
believe it.
business.
I mean, Dapper does also just the J Dollar and stuff, and J Dollar isn't exactly the high class, clientele that Dapper is used to catering for. So I wouldn't put it past him, to be honest. But in my mind, Flavius uses Dapper's direct rival or something like that for his suits.
Roboyard.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that. Otherwise, unless anybody has anyone they want to talk to, anything they want to say to each other or anything, we can just kind of skim over the rest of the gala because nothing interesting happens.
I'm gonna look around and like be like, for fuck's sake, all the hors d'oeuvres have been replaced by drugs. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro, that's how it works.
I'm hungry. I'm not fucking trying to get high.
I mean, they have like food still, but like some of the food you can like buy food that's spiked with various things. Like edibles and stuff like that, and some people are like, I won't just like straight up stab myself with heroin at this table, but I will buy a platter of pork chops that is laced with heroin. It's classier that way, you know. Or they have like the drinks that are like dissolved with cocaine in it and stuff like that.
Like I'll go to the bar and like try and get a drink, and I'll look to Donna and be like, for fuck's sake, is everything laced here?
The bartender's like,
normal highball.
Bartender's like, oh yeah, the menu today. You know, we've been asked to push Flavius's new line of food products. So
I just want a normal Long Island iced tea.
He's like, yeah, I can make that for you, and he goes like in the back and stuff and gets the mundane stuff.
Sad. I'll turn to Donna and be like, it's sad when he has to go in the back to get the things to make my drink.
And Donna's like, I mean, hey, you know, it's how these kinds of people work. She says, sipping from a glass of Pepsi that is laced with actual cocaine.
You know what? I don't know what I expected. All right, might as well enjoy the rest of this gala.
Yes, you guys do.
I'll order a steak infused with smoke leaf oil.
Yeah, you can do that. You know, get like the smoke leaf butter and stuff all over it. It's very delicious. Even not just because of the drugs in it, but also because this is like real high class 5-star restaurant level. You know, top of the line cuisine out here. You guys have been getting spoiled every couple of days with literally the most expensive food money can possibly buy. Just about.
And we don't have to pay for any of it.
Yeah, you gotta pay for any of it. That's all part of your job, basically. I guess you guys probably would notice that like the other bodyguards, the other executive, and other teams, don't eat any of the food at the parties. You're the only ones in the security teams that decide to like, yes, I'm going to have the caviar and the lobster tails and the smoke leaf infused Wagyu steaks, and I'm going to have, all this stuff.
Just a normal, regular highball Long Island iced tea.
Yeah, so the other security guards are all like, always side eye you guys for ordering a bunch of super expensive food, and they're like, strangers.
We're here doing the same shit as them.
They're jealous. I don't know what you're talking about.
Probably are, because most other executives wouldn't be willing to pay for their bodyguards to eat 5-star meals every day, but Xanthorpe is kind to you all, so.
I mean, I was gonna say, I don't know if Xanthorpe's paying for it or if it's just all expense paid.
No, your bosses are paying for it. Well, Hermes is technically, so.
Sick nasty.
Yeah, you guys aren't gotta worry about the price of any of that. But yeah, so the rest of the party goes by relatively well. I guess not, because this could be a way to test your tolerance for various substances. If you just drink a bunch of laced liquids and eat a bunch of laced food, you could find out, how hard it is for you to actually feel the effects,
I'd be like, why? Hey, why?
Why? I'm immune. And Faith's like side-eyeing you. Like, what the heck,
Well,
bro?
now, just
It
inject
does
ethanol into your
and then you
bloodstream.
Yeah, bro.
And then you just like ram shit off the table.
Yeah, just like go to Oid and be like, hey Oid, can you give me like a full kilo of cocaine right now? I kind of want to test something.
Didn't we kind of do
You
that?
4 shots of blood loss.
Didn't we kind of do that for the boat, they had to just straight infuse my body with so much drugs for me to feel it, the pleasure stones.
Yeah. When you were on the cruise, they had to like overdose you when we kill a normal person, load you up.
Essentially.
Yeah, so Xanthrop knows you aren't human, I guess, and so do the masseuses, but nobody in your party knows you aren't human.
What can I say? I lived a double-edged life, you know?
Yeah, I got that secret life of your time with Xanthrop, and he's probably into the fact that you're not human, by the way. He's probably a weird xenophile. Probably like, what's your people's language? And you're like, English, Lamau? And he's like, oh. Well,
but in that accent, right? It's like, yeah.
Sure, buddy.
Right.
Like, I was still born in like New York, right? Like, I'm not actually an alien. And he's like, dang, what a shame.
Your blood says otherwise.
Honestly, he's probably just waiting for you to like crush his head with your thighs.
Literally. You can do that.
On his.
He's probably got a new you.
You know, like the last will and testament and whatnot. He's like, I want my head crushed between Nox's thighs. That's how I want to die. I'm like,
I went out on my own volition.
Am I getting paid?
You know how hard it is to get gray matter out of your crotch, bro? Impossible. The laundromats hate me.
Laundromats hate her.
Find out why.
Find out how many PSI it takes to crush a human skull.
$59.99.
Yeah. Only 8,000 colors, and you too can have your skull crushed by this thick woman's thighs.
Oh, that's probably a business I can get. Oh, that's right. I'll pair it
You can
with
become
my
an
modeling.
escort, yeah.
Yeah, you're hand modeler.
Not an escort. I'll be like a body model, right?
Professional head crusher.
Everything but my
Executioner.
face, right? Will be like a model
Flaps
thing.
thighs? I call these babies the guillotine.
I can pop your head
now.
off your shoulders like I'm popping a grape off the branch, buddy.
Oh yeah, honestly.
Got some logs.
Got some logs need splitting.
I'm doing that when we get back.
Your demo reel, like for your services, is just you splitting a watermelon clean in two with your thighs.
What are you talking about? Why am watermelon? I gotta show them how strong I am.
Coconut.
A rock.
A rock. Literally a diamond shattered to ashes.
Could crush diamonds into dust with these babies.
Oh,
these ass cheeks, I could squeeze coal into diamonds. That's how strong.
That's how tight your sphincter is.
Oh
God.
my God.
So yeah, that's
24 karat diamonds from coal.
Yeah, that's what the gala is like. You guys discussing the business model of selling Nox's thighs and superhuman strength.
So is this the one event where all of our contacts are at the same table?
yeah. Even like the rat guy is here. They let him in the gala.
Let's go.
Like all of our protection targets are all at the same table, and
like
we're just talking about how we can sell Nox's thighs.
Oh, those. I thought you meant like all of our contacts. I was like, man,
yes. The
Dr. Delay.
Tweak.
The Huang family is here. Sick.
Yo, let's go. I mean, that'd be pretty funny. I just speak with Dr.
That one random doctor I know and her extremely buff assistant is here.
Who could also crush thighs with his fists.
Oh, let's go. No, with his wheel.
See what that means? I'm a health professional.
I'm a health professional. Hippocratic oath and all that.
The
quote-unquote the pharmacists.
The pharmacists, yes.
They're an LSSI branch though, so. So yeah, the rest of the evening goes by smoothly. You all leave, take a nap. Your naps are nice, smooth.
Why do you say naps instead of
naps?
Sleep.
I don't know. I'm quirky like that. All right.
For fuck's sake, stop trying to be a preteen girl.
I have big crackhead energy, all right? Now, where's my latte, Jennifer?
All right. You misspelled Veronica. Veronica with a K.
Veronica, oh god. That's like the K4 spelling. Gotta be quirky, you know? Or no, worse, Veronica with a Q.
It's Jessica.
Jessica Boo with a G instead of a J and a QU instead of a C.
Jessica.
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 Quathrin, yeah. Oh god. So yeah. You guys wake up and you all head over to the the stadium for the third leg of the race. You all do your usual things, Cairo accompanies Donna to the garage in the pit. Frank and Bona sit in the stands and wait for the countdown to finish. Knox and Faith stand outside and sign autographs and then help the pit crew and sit in the stands. And Oid, you follow Barry on the track, of course, on the tarmac, and you watch him get into his vehicle. The auto surgeon has been taken out of his car now because he is considered to be physically stabilized to the point where he won't need a mid-race kidney transplant. So there is
can I do like a last second EM vision scan of Barry's car?
Sure. I guess you can do that. Looking for anything in particular?
Any kind of sabotage, like a bomb or a delayed trigger device that could jam up his tires or what have you.
Okay, make me a perception check.
That is a 7.
All right. You have a look around his car real quick. You don't see anything. You don't think anybody has tampered with his vehicle. It has been locked in the garage the whole time, so.
All right, sick nasty.
Yeah, so you all, get ready. The countdown happens. All the cars race off. And this leg of the race is the Rocky Mountains. So it's another very technical, heavy on the turning, the switchbacks, the chicanes. The very it's kind of slower going, but very technical driving that Barry's car is not exactly built for. His car is a muscle, so it's built for like horsepower and stuff. But the good for him, he has like a hover car module in his vehicle, and he's got like the tire treads that let him drive on walls. So the other racers are all like drifting around the switchbacks up the mountain, and then Barry's just driving up the whole mountain, like in his like Skyrim style,
Up
just
and over.
yeah, horsing it, Skyrim horsing it up the mountain at like a 50-degree angle. So it's slower going than a drift car can drift up the mountain, but most cars here aren't drift cars, so he's doing fine.
He doesn't have to worry about taking turns. Is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah, he can.
So he can just straight.
Yeah, for the most
hard
part, he can just
charge
kind of push
up
his
and
vehicle up. Yeah, he really used that horsepower and just kind of climb the mountain with his fancy gimmicks in his vehicle. Some more weapons do come out. People do like shoot at him, fire rockets at him. There are a couple of uses of like oil slicks and like spike strips that Barry could drop behind his vehicle that he does, like caltrops, stuff like that, pop tires.
Yes, let me shoot an oil slick up at the man who is climbing the mountain.
Yeah, bro. Let's see, what else happens? Yeah, I mean, like some people in kind of like catch on to like Barry's trick. So the cars that have like grappling hooks in their vehicles grapple to the roof of like the top of the mountain and like winch their way up the sheer cliffs. Pretty slow, but for the vehicles that are like super not dedicated to drifting, like like the Lambos and the 18 miles off road and stuff like that, they work with the grappling hooks. Eventually, Barry does climb from the mid 50s to 28th place by the end of the race, ending in, of course, Salt Lake City on the edge of the desert. So yeah, so he just climbed like, what would that be, like 20, 22 places, something like that. He gets pretty
Nice.
far. So yeah, he makes it back. You all cheer for him and stuff. Barry seems depressed. He just seems like unenthusiastic, lethargic, fatigued, generally unimpressed with his own performance and with the events going on around him. Everybody else having a grand old time.
I'll go over to Barry and be like, "You're right, Barry."
He's like, "No, my life is living hell. Thanks for asking."
Why is that?
Like, because Xanthorpe said that I can't take any more drugs. And it's kind of my whole thing,
I
you
mean,
know?
do you know? Do you remember what happened last time you took drugs?
God, Barry.
Do I remember the last thing that happened when I took drugs? Well, I just did take drugs because I was driving. But
Well, not that, but I'm saying you almost died,
recreationally.
Barry.
Like, well, that happens sometimes.
No, you were almost assassinated, Barry.
Like, well, that was unrelated. That was just a VR thing.
No, Barry. Are we not supposed to tell Barry this? Is this a detail that we're not supposed to share with Barry?
I mean, I don't know.
Or am I... Like, did we agree that we wouldn't tell Barry that he was almost assassinated?
I don't think there was
Hey.
ever that kind of discussion.
Okay, well, sick nasty.
You, eh? I mean, I don't really care.
Barry, you almost got shot.
He shrugs.
If Oid wasn't there, you'd be dead right now. And you would not be competing in this race at all.
That's
He
not how you get
shrugs.
it. You should have said, and you would not have been able to take more drugs.
Exactly. If you were dead, you wouldn't be able to take more drugs. Once you finish the race, my guess, it's all bets are off. You can take as many drugs as you want.
I mean, he's just like, whatever, bro. And then he
I'm just trying to console you.
he goes and he pulls his car into the new garage that is identical to the previous garages because all these compounds are the exact same. And he pulls it in and stuff, and next to Faith's car, the backup mobile.
The backup mobile.
Yeah. And you all have your nice, room service dinners. You all go to bed. Nothing sus happens. No imposters venture
How
the
long
medical.
until I finish that animal?
I believe we said that you would finish by Los Angeles. I think.
Okay.
So you got like a couple more days to work on that.
Sick nasty.
So yeah, you all wake up, and as per usual, different people have different things they want to spend the day doing. Barry is going to stay in his room. Faith wants to go to a Spherical Church mass and then go to a convention center to see one of Flavius's speeches. And then Donna wants to work on the cars, and Frank and Bonus are going to stay in the garage and also do maintenance stuff and, drink beer and stuff like that together. So,
Alright, sick nasty.
Sure.
So in that case, we will start with Nox and Faith. You guys head into the city, and the city is probably very different from the previous ones you guys have seen. I mean, it's still a major city. It is like a super city in terms of classification, but this is different in that it isn't owned by Kode Enterprises. The first one you guys have been in since Berlin that isn't owned by Kode Enterprises. So where there's usually KPD driving around everywhere and stuff like that, in Salt Lake City, there's instead those heavily armored and Spherical Church soldiers everywhere, and there are swarms of drones flying overhead. Just about every road, every sign, every billboard, every hologram has some kind of biblical quote or some religious imagery on it. There's a ton of like stalls on the side of the road, people handing out pamphlets, the MDRR place for tourists, come to our services, be baptized in the name of the martyrs, yada yada yada. We accept gays now, stuff like that.
It's the perfect place for Oid to disguise himself as the gay priest.
It is. So you guys head to the city's main cathedral, this gigantic building, and you guys, step inside and stuff. It's like a sci-fi, like one of the Protestant like mega churches, so it's not really a cathedral, but on the inside it's kind of like one, and the outside is super like modernist architecture. And you guys, you sit through this service. It's basically a mass, so most of us know what that's like. So then you don't need to describe that. If you need to, and if you do need an example, watch the K6 series, because we have many descriptions of what church ceremonies look like in K6. So you guys do that, and then you guys take a taxi over to a nearby convention center, nearby hotel with an attached, convention center, where Flavius is giving a speech. Now you probably would know that Flavius is no longer a part of this miracle church. He is, obviously he hired Cairo to kill his boss in the church to avoid having to work for them. So there is that. So you're kind of surprised that they would even let him give a speech, because he is not like a rival of theirs, but certainly not on good terms. And he gives a speech. So through his speech, you can resist his psychic powers if you want to. Doesn't make a difference. And then probably like as the speech finishes up, Faith's like, oh, I want to get another autograph from him. Maybe get like a selfie with him and stuff, social media. Boost up my follows.
Go do it for me.
No, he's just like, but I want to get selfie and stuff. It looks good for the influencing.
Yeah.
So she goes over and gets in line for that. I assume you follow.
Yeah, sure. I'll follow. I'll be like, why not?
Okay. So you are, waiting online for like half an hour, and you're probably like five people, behind in line when that bodyguard of Flavius's, the super heavily chromed out one that is your rival, he's sitting next to Flavius, and he sees you, and he kind of like whispers something in his boss's ear, and his boss is like, kind of waves his hand like, whatever, dude. And then your rival walks out from behind the like velvet rope, and he walks up to you, and he's like, what are you doing here?
Getting a selfie and an autograph.
He squints at you.
What are you doing here? I don't know. I mean, it looks like you work for Flavius. It's pretty cool, man. See you going up in the business world. Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, yes, Flavius is my current employer. Artificial life was proving
Not
to be
it for you too.
Yeah, it was being a bit too creepy for my taste. It was also, well, after you took my promotion and then you left, they didn't even consider me for the next promotion, so I left.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I'm sorry that happened, man. I'll be honest though, I kind of agree with you. Artificial life kind of weird. If I don't think it's for flesh people.
At this point, Oid, his ears ring because somebody's talking about me bags. So yeah, the guy's like, yeah, they're kind of weird, but in any case, are you like following me or something? I've seen you around, like all over the place.
Actually, no,
stalking me?
Actually, no, that'd be really weird. Why would I stalk you?
He stares daggers at you again.
Okay. Regardless, though, no. Theoretically, I think we're working the same job. You know, being a bodyguard for someone that is doing something at the MDRR. Yeah, I think that's what it's called again. Yeah. No, I'm not stalking her. If anything, though, Faith is definitely stalking Flavius. My God, she's not stalking Flavius. She's just a fan. But anyways, that's why I'm here. You know, for my client, sure. But yeah, how's it been? Want to get like a coffee sometime? I don't mind.
He just kind of like stares at you and doesn't answer. And he's like, you know, and he just kind of walks away and goes back to his spot sitting next to Flavius.
Was it because I said coffee?
He just shakes his head silently at you from across the room.
Just be like, all right, so I'll see you at the cafe on the main street tomorrow.
Okay. I go with Faith. I'm like, is it because I said coffee?
She's like, I think that guy definitely wants to kill you.
He wants to kill. What? Why?
Widow old me.
Little old me. What? I don't know why.
Faith's like, oh my God.
Oh man, Faith. You know, sometimes I'm just trying to be, you know, a good person, and you know, I would say be there for people, but I'm not a people person sometimes, and you know, I don't get why some people hate me. Sure, yeah, he said I took his promotion and whatnot, and then I just left. But can you really take people's promotions away from them?
She's
Yes.
like, yes.
You weren't supposed to agree.
She's like, well, I don't know what you want from me. You asked me a question.
I don't know. I wanted you to lie or something. Beats me.
And she's like, well, just, you know, if you're gonna, you know, fist fight that guy over there, just do it at least 10 feet away from me.
I'm not gonna fist fight him. I got no reason to. You know.
Okay, if he
he's
walks
doing
up and
pretty
punches
good.
you in the face, do it 10 feet away from me, alright?
Oh well, if he walks up and attempts to punch me in the face, then I'm throwing hands. But as far as I understand, he's living it good. He's got a good boss, a good payout. He looks honestly chromed out to hell. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he looks, more metal than man at this point.
I don't know why he is, but maybe some of that artificial life triggered that or something.
It's like, you think he's a technophile?
I should have asked him that. I mean,
Nice.
you know, it's not good to assume things of people, but maybe.
And Faith's like, whatever. I don't know. And then, you know, the line keeps moving, and you get your autograph. Well, I guess Faith gets her autograph and gets a selfie with Flavius. And while she's doing that, the bodyguard continues to stare daggers at you from like 10 feet away.
And I just smile.
He is like visibly shaking with anger. You're just like standing there, just like vibrating, just.
Man, I wonder what. I wonder what cybernetic that is. Maybe like an internal massager.
A vibrator.
Very two different takes on this.
Duality of man.
Okay. Yeah. And do we take our selfie and our autograph?
Mm-hmm. And then you guys call it a day, head on back, and then we'll cut over back to the 6 cylinders. Where Cairo, you're working on the Robo Dog, and you receive
Correct.
a text message from a number that you recognize. But
I
haven't heard from.
recognize or do not recognize?
You do recognize, but you've not heard from this contact in a very, very, very long time.
All right. Who is it?
It is, of course,
Your mother.
Your mother's first dog's neighbor's nephew's wife twice removed. She's saying that she is a Siberian princess and needs your credit card information to reclaim the throne.
And no.
Okay. Then you get a second text message from your sister.
Repeat that?
You get a second text message, this one from your sister.
Hello?
And her message is something along the lines of, sup, bro. I saw you on, the news or whatever, as, protecting this, big team for the MDRR. So, I heard that you would be in town at some point soon. Wondering if you would want to get together, meet up.
Yeah, sure, definitely. We get a free day off, so on my free time, we'll set something up.
Is this the arc where we finally kill one of your family members?
No.
Yeah, bro.
Fine.
No.
Been waiting for it.
And then I'll text the picture that I took with my brother.
Okay, I send it over, and she's like, "Oh, you didn't kill him yet? Cool."
No, I didn't kill him yet, and he didn't kill me, so all is right with the world.
Progress.
He might even make a trip to America, so time will tell.
She's like, "Cool. I guess I will see you at some point soon."
Yeah, sure, cool.
And then she gives you the address to her apartment.
All right, sick nasty. I actually text back, all right, sick nasty.
And she's like, "Ah, yes, classic Ryanstown jargon."
Indeed. All right, yeah, cool.
Alrighty.
It's just one of those moments where it's like Kara just goes, "Huh."
Yes, you keep working on the Robo Dog. Donna comes down at some point, and she offers to lend her mechanical knowledge to help you build the Robo Dog.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So you guys do that. It's a nice bonding moment.
Gives her a good understanding of how to fix it if need be.
Touch her boob. Do it.
Not Arctic all over again.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's just something with my hands. They're magnetically attracted to the boob.
You're magnetically attracted.
Universal constant.
No, but yeah, I'll show her the ins and outs of how it works and repairs and whatnot.
Okay, cool. While you guys are doing that, Frank and Bonus are off in the corner playing poker and drinking beer.
Do you guys do anything other than drink beer and play poker? Because I'm pretty sure Frank's down at least like $4,000, and Bonus is flat about $4,000. So, are you guys gonna play anything other than Texas Hold'em all day?
And Frank's like, no, and Bonus is like, I'll play Go Fish. And Frank's like, I know Go Fish, Bonus. And Bonus is like, yeah, I got Monopoly in my car too. If you in the crime car, if you want that. And Frank's like, I'll destroy you in Monopoly, bro.
I'll
It's
look
like,
down.
bet?
I'll look down from my schematics. I'll like look up from my schematics and be like, showdown of the century, and then look back at the schematics.
Bonus is like, oh, is that fighting words, buddy? You wanna go down with some Monopoly?
I'll turn to Donna and be like, $5 on bonus.
Donna's like, well, I gotta put like five cause on my dad. I gotta be, but also
I'll-
$5 on
I'll-
bonus too. So
Just
Everybody
wondering, just wondering, is it like high stakes Monopoly where they're using actual
Yeah,
collars?
I'll
Yeah.
ask. I'll be like, are you guys using actual collars for Monopoly?
And bonus is like, well, I am supposedly going to be coming into quite a bit of money soon, so why not? And Frank's like,
Oh God.
oh god. And then like Frank
Frank's gonna
texts
single-handedly bankrupt
the full fuel. Yeah.
fuel.
I think
I'll
Frank
pop
Frank
a glow stick into my mouth, and I'll turn to Donna and be like, "You got yourself a deal."
Frank texts Donna and is like, if I lose this game, tell Zenthorpe we need to get out of here. Bonus Frank, shoot me. I've been cops on standby. So now I'm gonna roll to see who wins. Who is in fact better at Monopoly? Literally
God.
corporate lawyer Bonus or racing team manager Frank. Well, Bonus got a 6 and Frank got a 1. So
Oh God. Oh,
I don't know whether to say that was a close game or not.
God.
yeah, bonus gets like he gets like Park Place and like all the
Oh,
big properties
God.
right off the bat.
He starts out by doing Baltic and Mediterranean strategy.
Yeah, he gets them all, and then he just like, and then he like blows all of his money, and then he gets like the weaker properties, and then he just extorts Frank for cash.
Frank for cash.
Until Frank can't afford to pay for Bonus's properties anymore, and then
He gets
Frank's like,
railroads.
yeah, he gives
Bonus
him
gets
railroads.
railroads.
Yeah, and then Frank lands on like one property, and he's like, well, that's game, Mr. Fuel. And Bonus and Frank's
builds
like,
a bunch of houses and or hotels.
no, Bonus is the thing where he only builds houses, so Frank can't make any on his properties. Yeah, it's Bonus is truly an aggressive businessman.
It's basically Donna and I exchanging collars at this point.
Yeah, basically.
What are you talking about? You don't exchange collars at all. Bonus 1.
Because she bet on Bonus and Frank.
Yeah.
She did?
Yeah, well, she put money down on her dad to
I
be
give
loyal
her
to her dad,
5.
and I also put money on Bonus because she knew Bonus was gonna win.
So I give her 5, and then she gives me 10.
Yeah. I'll say
Or
Bonus.
no, I give her 10. I give her 10, and then she gives me 5.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'll
so
say
you lose, bro.
that Bonus wins like 1,000 collars in total.
That must have been a really low stakes game for 1,000 collars.
Well, that's you don't actually accrue that much money playing Monopoly,
I know, bro. If everything costs
It would
100
only
collars,
be like the overall cost for each of them would only be 2,000, or well, overall would be 2,500.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that much.
and I haven't played Monopoly in a really long time.
Wow, uncultured?
You get
Mhm.
1,500 each, and then it's like 1,000 in the bank in smaller bills.
Yeah.
The better question: do I make udon soup or miso soup?
Miso
Udon.
soup, bro.
Udon.
Duality of man.
The duality, man. Udon or miso. Xavier's the tiebreaker.
He puts air.
All right.
Miso or udon?
Dakota,
Yes.
evens or odds?
Evens all the way, baby.
All right, let's see. Udon it is.
Wow.
Let's Let's
Kring.
Okay.
So yes, the bonus.
You just got no.
Yes, the bonus beats Frank hand over fist in Monopoly, and then Frank's like, "Bro, literally unfair." And bonus is like, "What do you mean?" And Frank's like, "What? Yeah." And bonus is like, "I want a
I'll turn
rematch,
to
buddy."
Donna and be like, "Hey, you want some udon noodle soup?"
What's some udon soup? And
Want some
bonus
udon?
is like, "I'll take some miso soup. We're gonna get soup, bro."
No, this is for the people watching.
Wow.
Y'all can order your own udon.
Bonus turns to Frank and he's like, "Well, how about they give me gold fish now?" And Frank's like, "Fine." And they go off and they play Go Fish.
A suggestion: you should play War next.
Bonus is like, "Oh yeah. And then after that, I'm gonna, like me and Frankie are gonna play chess. We're gonna see who's the real master."
Ooh, getting spicy.
Yeah, and Bonus is like, hey,
Bro,
Frank, you know
betting
your
on
Sicilian
speed
opening,
chess?
you know
I'd do that.
your. Yeah, this is actual chess. If somebody, if you lose a piece, you get stabbed.
It's one superficial cut if you lose a piece.
Yeah. Bonus is like, yeah. So Frank, you know your Sicilian openings, your London openings, your have you well versed? And Frank's like, no. And Bonus is like, great.
Frank ends up winning by a scholar's checkmate.
Yeah, probably it'll be like some wacky thing. I'll have them roll off to see who ends up winning in chess. Bonus got a 10. Frank got a 7. What's their intelligence? Bonus got a 17. So yeah, he definitely wins. Bonus, unsurprisingly, the college-educated ex-lawyer beats the self-made entrepreneur mechanic in a game of chess. God, poor Frank. He's getting bullied.
Jeez.
So yeah, that's how your guys' day goes.
Jeez.
Wait, you just kind of like sit in Barry's room the whole day, and watch him just kind of like take a nap, order room service. He gets miso soup. He's not a plebeian.
Bro, can I like creepily stare at Barry the whole time? You know,
Yeah,
be
you
like
can.
a shadow in his corner.
So you just kind of like stare at him the whole time, trying to like slurp in his noodles, and you're just like, and he's just kind of like he'll like watch TV and he'll side eye you every couple of minutes to check if you're actually still staring at you or staring at him.
Blink a couple
Bro,
of
I know what
times.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna screw with him. I'm gonna be like, he looks at me, he looks back at the TV, he looks back at me, and I'm in like a different corner.
He's like,
I thought you were gonna be a different person.
You transform. You're like, and then you become like Flavius, and he's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so he's sufficiently creeped out.
Wait, Barry doesn't know that
No.
that Oid can transform, does he?
No, nobody does.
A lot of people don't know.
Yeah, except for Bonus, Cairo, and Nox. The rest of the NPCs don't know. I think Xanthorpe knows because Xanthorpe aided in the creation of a false identity for Oid, so he knows. Nobody else does. Xanthorpe knows like everyone's secrets. He knows that Oid can shapeshift. He knows that Nox isn't human. He knows that Bonus is to be a lawyer. He knows that Kairos is literally a terrorist. There we go. Good guy Xanthorpe. Best secret keeper this side of the Mississippi. So yeah, the day goes by relatively smoothly. And then you guys attend another gala, this time in Salt Lake City. And because it's like in this kind of different city, it's very religiously affiliated. The event has a lot more like a lot less of Flavius and a lot more Spherical Church guys there. So there are actively people that are like preaching and stuff, like on like pedestals and stuff in the party room, and people are trying to like ignore it, but you really can't because they're really like aggressive about it. Like they'll like straight up like call you out by name to get your attention and stuff. It's very weird, very uncomfortable.
These people.
Who's here again? All of us?
Yeah, everybody. Barry is
Yeah.
also at this gala as well, so White has somebody to hover over the entire time. Along with the Circle Church people that are here to evangelize. Flavius is notably absent this time, probably because of the Circle Church guys.
It happens.
So yeah, probably the only thing of note that happens at this gala in particular would be that Barry once again goes to the bathroom and remains there for a pretty long time.
All right. Well, you know what I'm doing.
Gonna T-pose through the stall wall and, you know,
Hell yeah.
establish dominance.
You know.
Okay, you do so. You like kick the door in or whatever, and he's like, ah! You know, he tosses like this tray of cocaine in the air, and as he was like halfway through doing a line, you know, so he's like kind of high but like not really. He looks at you, and he looks at all the cocaine on the ground. And he's like, bro, that was like $500.
I'm like, oh, damn. I'm sorry. We share?
He looks at you like surprised, and he's like, sure. And he like reaches into his pocket and he pulls out like the rest of the drugs.
Cool.
You can make me
Honestly,
a perception check, actually, Mr. Roy, when you see this bag of narcotic.
5.
Okay, let's pass. So you see that the logo on this bag of drug isn't one that the audience has seen before. It isn't Flavius's. It's not yours. It's not Malfu Clan. It's not Rakai. It's not, you know, Hermes. Instead, it is a kind of like depiction of some kind of like Aztec pictograph. Kind of like that weird, very unique like Aztec mural style that the Mexicans have, and you recognize this symbol as belonging to a mega corporation by the name of Aztech Biomedical Associates, and you know about them because they are literally just corporatized drug cartels that own Mexico. And that's literally their whole gimmick, is that all the cartels came together and formed a corporation when the economy crashed. So now they're legally allowed to sell all kinds of drugs globally, basically. So yeah, Barry's got some different drugs. Aztec doesn't usually operate as far north as Ryanstown, but you guys are like far enough south where their influence is a lot more prominent.
Interesting. Well, I think I'm going to, start a little watch party, send an invite to Xanthorpe, you know, name the investment Getting Down and Dirty.
So you're gonna invite Xanthorpe to go to the bathroom and snort a bunch of drugs with you and Barry?
Yep.
Bro, sick. So he walks in, he with his bald bodyguard, and he's like, thanks for the invite, Mr. Dewey Jambo Jr. And he walks up and he takes the tray of cocaine and he snorts a line, and then he like gestures to the bodyguard, and the bodyguard straight up like sucker punches Barry in the face and knocks him out. And that's like, thank you for bringing this to my attention. We'll handle this. And then he just kind of like, touches his fingers, and the bodyguard just drags Barry's unconscious body out of the bathroom and into the main gala area. And
you'll love to see it.
Yeah, and this was like, oh, speaking of which, while I'm here, might as well tell you, my companion over there managed to get the information on that buyer from Backdoor Jeremy was his name.
All right.
What?
So he's like, so, you know, I'll, you know, we should probably get the rest of the gang in here, you know, have a chat, discuss this over in a more private area where my competitors can't actively hear me.
What are you talking about, bro? This bathroom has got to be the most secure place in a 100-mile radius.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I want to have this discussion in this, what's it called, the handicapped stall, as opposed to out in the gala room.
All right.
Cool. So Zithrop texts Cairo, Nox, and Bonus, and is like, go to the men's bathroom handicapped stall.
Oh, honestly, I'm gonna do a really gamer move here. I'm gonna wait at the bathroom door, like standing literally just outside, and I'm gonna disguise as Flavius.
Are you gonna like outside the stall or outside the bathroom?
Like right inside the bathroom door. When I open up the door, I'm gonna be there.
Okay. So
I'll text back and be like, all right, yeah.
okay, so you all head over to the men's bathroom, and you open the door, and Flavius is standing there.
And I go, Mr. Zetsubo, I think it's time we talked.
All right.
Come with me, and I just inside.
All right.
Honestly, I don't know where I'm going with this. I think I'm just gonna bring him inside the stall.
Neither do I.
With Xanthorpe, and I'm gonna be like, you see, me and Mr. Xanthorpe have been discussing your future, and I think I have an offer you simply can't refuse.
Watch me.
I want you to be my lover.
I knew it.
No, Oid.
No, like, damn, bro, damn, you're really gonna do me like that?
Wow.
Yeah, named Bonus put a gun to the back of his head. It's like, sorry, man, we all changed job descriptions.
Yeah, we're all under Flavius's payroll now, buddy. Sorry.
Right. Well, anyway.
And then Bonus actually just straight up murders Gyro. He was actually the whole traitor the entire time.
Sick.
So yeah, so
Bonus actually wasn't Bonus, he was a clone.
Yeah, actually the clone that Flavius made of Bonus. The Bonus died in the penthouse explosion. Epic twist.
What a twist.
Yeah.
Cinder block came down and hit his hover car.
Yep. So yeah, so you know, Zither's very confused for a second, and then he's like, "Oh, I see, haha, very funny." And he's like, "Anyway, practical jokes out of the way. I was telling our companion here, my compatriot, my bodyguard, he managed to, shall we say, procure the information from that gangster about who they were planning on selling the drug to. And I figured you all might be a bit, you know, might want to be privy to this kind of information. Am I correct?"
Yeah, sure.
Like, well, from the description of the people that that backdoor Jeremy was able to provide to my associates, I have reason to believe that those bandits were hired by a Mexican-based mega corporation by the name of Aztech Biomedical Associates, and that they are they're one of Hermes' biggest rivals because they have their own transportation business alongside their drug production, so they don't use our services to move stuff, and we kind of, well, to say that we conduct a war against each other is kind of, you know, kind of harsh terms. We in the business prefer to call it vigorous business negotiations along the Mexican border. Well, it used to be the Mexican border anyway. and is like, so yeah, Hermes and Aztec do not like one another very much, to be fair. So I'm not surprised that they would have hired those random bandits to go and try to sabotage our team's operations, try to make me look bad, you know.
Hmm.
It's like that is all. I don't know where the people that the bandit spoke to are exactly, or if they're even around. Uh, but I assume that we won't hear from him again since, well, the bandits never got to deliver on their product. So, there was no. And as far as the Aztec guy should know anyway, assuming my employees did their jobs, they'll arrive to that warehouse to find it totally empty and abandoned, even more than it already is. Not a single drop of blood or a remaining piece of scrap metal or bullet casing left behind.
Well, I'll say this. If we are dealing with this Mexican cartel corporation, then they probably won't be on our trail if all of the previous evidence has been erased. We'll
You're
just
like, well,
think that
hopefully.
they lit up out of there with the product.
Well, yeah, that's my my plan and certainly my hope at least. But don't worry, I doubt they'll come after any of us directly. That'd be a pretty ballsy move. Stealing our supply of steer was aggressive enough. Usually they don't do that sort of thing this far north, but I suppose they're getting more brazen.
Well, speaking of getting brazen, I will have you know they are, I suppose, out and about in some capacity, and I'll point out the things that Barry had brought here.
Oh, well, I suppose I should be surprised that they're dealing drugs. I mean, they literally used to be drug cartels. But that is certainly something to keep in mind. And he kind of like takes the baggie and stuff and looks it over. Like, well, I'll have my men keep an eye out for this sort of thing, and if they see anybody that matches the description of the men that I heard about, then I'll have them handle them. So should be a big an issue, I don't think. Assuming, I mean, he kind of like stops for a second, and then he takes out his cell phone and he calls somebody, and he's like, "Yeah, it's me. Could you make sure that Barry isn't gonna like die or something? He might have taken laced narcotics a second ago, and I don't want to undo all of that money I dumped into his organs yesterday. So, yeah, could you? Yeah, thanks a lot. All right, great." And then he hangs up the phone and he's like, "All right, well, they're gonna take a look at Barry to make sure that they didn't like lace his crack with fentanyl or something like that. So, hopefully he'll be fine."
Fair enough. Is that all?
And he's like, yeah, that's all that we've managed to find out. I mean, that guy, that random thug, he didn't really know too much, besides how to guard a back door, apparently. Not a lot of techniques for that.
Sick and nasty.
I'm like, cool. Well, enjoy the rest of the party then, gentlemen and lady, and I will beat around if you need me. And then he finger guns, winks, and then he walks out.
All right. Well, we know what to look out for now.
Indeed. Anybody else want to do anything else before the gala and this evening concludes?
Wait, what was that?
Does anybody have anything else they want to do, say, before the gala ends?
Not really.
No,
Let's see. We had.
but now I want to try the miso soup because the udon was okay.
So you guys also has become a new month in the year, so you're all charged for your various expenses. So that means I have to go to all of your character sheets and subtract a bunch of money.
Well, we don't have to pay for the mech yet, do we?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so. I did forget what the monthly expenses for that was.
Yes, it's monthly expenses as well.
Well, we said it was 5,000 from each of us for the mech.
Yes, and you
Yeah.
had the added insurance pay.
Yeah, so I'd be paying 11,000 total.
Yes. Okay. I can subtract that.
No, wait. 5,000. Yeah,
No,
no.
plus 6, yeah.
11,000 total for my rent plus the mech
Yes.
plus the insurance.
Yeah. So I will subtract that, and then for Maze, it's just 5,000 for the rent and for the insurance. Well, the mech leasing, you know.
No, because we all have to pay $5,000 for the mech. That is.
Okay. So then everybody else
Yeah.
pays 9,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. 22, and then that means that Bonus is gonna be poor now.
How much money does Bonus have?
He now has minus 9k, 22,000. Same
Oof.
as Nox does, I think. Yeah. And then Oid is filthy rich, so he has no problems. He's down to 75,000.
Mm.
So yeah, that month rolls over. You all automatically get billed for your various expenses. You have 29 in-game days before your next payment.
Sick nasty, that's a lot of time to do some jobs.
It is a lot of time, yeah. This whole arc is going to be like 2 weeks, so that's in that 2 weeks gives you 2 months of expenses. So, and then some actually, probably like 3. Actually, yeah, 3. So, that being said, the gala concludes. You all head off to bed. Nothing else happens overnight. You all wake up and prepare for the 4th leg of the MDRR, the desert leg. Now we're starting to get into like the difficult terrain side of things, where it's all sand and it's super hot and cars overheat and all that stuff. So now I get to do. Actually, do you want to do this now or do this next time? No, I'll do this next time. Because I guess it's going to be like a series of like instantaneous like cutscenes that are all happening at the same time. And I want that to be done properly. So, in that case, we will conclude today's episode here.
Nice. If you enjoyed it, let us know. We won't listen. And we'll see you next time on Quest for the Core.